Welcome, fellow knights, to a brand new online series called Breaking the Meta, where I form very unconventional armies and I try to beat very conventional armies. This series is greatly inspired by Swissman15's battle replayer, where he formed a noob box or a noob square and beat his opponent, who brought a very standard rush build. If you haven't seen that video, there's a link in the description. It is very entertaining, so entertaining that I decided to make a series around it. And since this is the very first battle, I want to briefly explain what meta means and how I'm going to go about with this series. So meta is a term that comes from MOBA games, which basically means the standard for playing a game or the best way to play a game. And for Total War, that's not so cut and dry. There's a lot of different variables and there's a lot of different great ways to play Total War. So when I say the word or the phrase breaking the meta, I use it very, very loosely. Now, how I'm going to go about with this series, well, you guys can leave some comments in the video comment section and write down some very bizarre army comps that I can try out in future battles. Or you can also send in your battle replays where you build very unconventional armies and you try to beat very conventional armies. I think this is going to be really fun, very, very entertaining, and we get to see some units that we don't always get to see. Also, one more little note before we get started. Just because I beat a player with a very bizarre build doesn't mean that it's a good build. It just probably means I have more experience against my opponent, or I just had better tactics. So please keep that in mind. Don't think that just because I build a certain build, it's a good build all of a sudden. So on that note, let's go ahead, get started with this very first video of Breaking the Meta. So I am bringing the Papal States, and the only thing that's pretty meta about my army is the 4 units of Pavi's crossbow militia. I wanted an army that had a pretty powerful skirmishing force, so it would make my opponent come to me. For my infantry, I have 4 units of pike militia with heavy upgrades, gold defense and silver attack or bronze attack, or the highest amount of attack. And for the rest of my infantry, I have 2 Papal Guard with some upgrades, and I have 2 Feudal Knights. And then I have 2 peasant archers for extra skirmishing power, and also they're very good at arching their shots, you know, because they're composite bows. So if I have to shoot over the heads of my guys, I can do that, unlike the crossbowmen. I have a standard to keep my men inspired. I have a general's bodyguard with the general in it. And for my cav, I have 2 mounted crossbowmen. And I have 2 Knights Hospitaller, and that's it for my cav. Very small cav force. And let's go ahead, look at my opponent's army, which is extremely meta, extremely conventional. He's got 4 units of Pavi's crossbowmen. He's got 4 units of dismounted Feudal Knights and 4 units of dismounted Conquistadors. And then he has about 4 units of mounted Conquistadors. He's got a General's Bodyguard, and he's got some Knights of Santiago. So let's go ahead and play this. By the way, this is going to be under the 6-2 rules. So 6-2 cav, no guns, no artillery, and no elephants. So if you're going to try to do this unconventional build thing, please keep it under those rules. So here we go. The battle is starting, and I decided to push forward my Pavi's crossbowmen because I wanted to skirmish to start, because I needed to kill a lot of his forces before his infantry reached my infantry, because obviously he has the better infantry. Those Conquistadors, nothing can beat them. They are a tough unit. Also, I'm pushing forward my mounted crossbows to get some early kills. And this is just another way to support my skirmishers and try to get him to come to me. That's my goal for this battle. So here they go into the flank. And my crossbows are not quite in range, but he is moving up his army. And it looks like his crossbows are in range. Actually, no. Some of my crossbows are in range. So the skirmish battle has begun. And it's going pretty smoothly. And then I noticed he's pushing his cav to this flank. Well, actually, he's just centering his cav. But now I'm pushing up my crossbows. And I'm firing down at this flank right here, this Pavi's crossbow unit. And I think he decided to turn and fire at my mounted crossbows, which is a good idea. But then I saw his cav charging forward after my mounted crossbows, and I was like, you know what? I really should be going after his cav, because I don't really have a lot of cav, and he could out cycle charge me. He could out micro me with the amount of cav he has. So I should really try to weaken them. So now I'm focusing my mounted crossbows on the conquistadors, and I am shredding them right now. And he's gonna go ahead and retreat out of there because he realizes he's losing a lot of troops. But I'm gonna keep up the fire. Come on, crossbows. You gotta kill him if you want to win this battle. So now he's focusing 2 units of Pavi's crossbows. So this is really, really good because he's not focusing the main skirmish battle over here. Keep up the fire, man. Keep up the fire. So I'm definitely winning the skirmish engagement, which was really, really good because, like I said earlier, I need him to come to me, and I'm keeping my peasant archers in reserve. So let's go back to this skirmish battle over here, this little flanking battle. So yeah, I'm going to continuously harass his cav and make him chase me, which is exactly what I want. And I was trying to do a little sneak charge here with my Knights Hospitaller to go for his crossbows. But he saw it coming, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat. But this is really good because now I can focus my crossbows at the side of this cav right here. Look at that. Getting some good hits there. And I noticed that I think he wants to go after my archers, so I kept my cav right in front of my archers. And I'm going to hold their ground and protect my damn archers. Now I'm telling my archers to focus on this unit over here of Knights Hospitaller. And I'm setting up more cav to protect my archers. But it looks like he decided to flank around my Knights Hospitaller over here. And then I'm going to send in my other unit of Knights Hospitaller. And I don't think his cav units have heavy upgrades, so I should be able to win this engagement. Meanwhile, I decided to charge. Since he was busy with that cav fight, I decided to charge into the Pavis and try to get them off the battlefield. And look at this, guys. He is moving up his infantry. So he's moving it up pretty earlier than I wanted him to. But I'm going to go ahead and retreat my mounted crossbows because he's sending over some conquistadors to support them. And I'm trying to quickly kill off this cav. And it looks like I broke one unit and the other unit is running away. So I'm going to quickly get my Pavis in position. And this is where it's really, really important. This is it, where I want to win the battle. I have to pepper down his infantry. I have to get as many volleys as I can on these guys. And I'm also going to prepare my peasant crossbows to get some volleys. As you can tell, they are reloading and preparing to fire at the infantry. Not that they're going to really do much, but everything counts. Everything matters. Looks like he's going back with some revenge here. Knights of Santiago charging into my crossbows. And I'm going to push up some pikemen and just scare him off. He got a good charge there, but it wasn't devastating and it's not game changing. So I scared him off, and I'm going to retreat back my pikemen, prepare them for a very deadly infantry battle. My mounted crossbows are constantly just firing at whatever they can. Just trying to get as many kills as possible. And here we go. Just one more volley. Real quick. I'm just trying to get one more volley before I retreat them. There we go. Come on. And then I'm going to go ahead and run them back. And this is where I push forward my infantry. And this is also very important. I need to make sure to get my my heavy infantry, my sworded infantry, into the fight. And yeah, that was not a good formation with my pikes. I did not give them enough time to form their pikes. And now the infantry is colliding here. I've got my Papal Guard charging in as well. This is pretty good over here, though. This is really good. This over here, not so much. I'm not very good with pikes, and that's something I need to work on. But here's a little cav fight going in the center. And I noticed that their flank is exposed, so I decided to charge in my mounted crossbows and get some kills on the conquistadors and try to break them off the field of battle. I've been doing a great job killing their cav. I just need to keep it up. Here comes another flanking charge by his conquistadors. And we do cause them to break. We just need to keep it going, keep it up. And I've got my cross in the center as well to give the men extra morale. So that's why I got the cross, just because I have cheaper units and I need them to continuously fight. So this is where the battle gets very, very interesting. So we've got this huge infantry line here. My general is alive, flanking around, and I'm trying to get a good counterflank, but so is his general. You see it in the background there. But I'm going to go near the cross, kill the conquistadors, help out my infantry because they desperately need help to win this infantry engagement. But his general here is constantly harassing my crossbows, which I was okay with because he wasn't flanking my infantry. So I'm just telling my crossbows to focus down that general. So it's all down to my skirmishers to try to kill their general. But I'm going to continue to run around with my general, kill his crossbows over here. It's a very intense battle, a very close battle. My Papal Guard doing a great job against these feudal knights. I've got a nice flank going on because, as you can tell, the gap over here, the center is exposed, and I push units past it. Now I'm flanking behind the conquistadors, just trying to get them to break. That's what I need them to do if I'm going to win this. And there we go. Oh, did you see that charge in the back there? That was absolutely brutal. And look at this. He's flanking around his feudal knights. So that is not a good sight. And my guys are breaking because of his damn general. I'm running around my general as well, though. Going after this unit, trying to get them off the field of battle. Off the battlefield. And then he sends in his conquistadors to try to pin my general down. Which at first I thought this was a good engagement because I could kill off his cav with my general. But I forgot about his archers. They returned to the battlefield and now they're firing into the flank of my general, which is not good. And I did not realize that until much later. So he's going to be stuck in this engagement for quite some time. So the general for Portugal still running away, or running around, excuse me, getting really good cycle charges. But my infantry doing a great job on this flank. It looks like I'm going to win on this flank. My feudal knights killing the conquistadors. I got my Papal States in Sheltron. I was kind of fearing that the general would charge, but he never charged the infantry, which is really surprising. But now I'm just trying to win on this flank so I can focus on this flank, because obviously over here I am losing this fight, but the Great Cross standard crew will fight to the bitter end, and I've got more Papal Guard going in to support them. Beautiful charge there. Some of my archers returned from breaking, and I'm just constantly trying to pepper down the general, but I'm just not getting any good hits. And a really good charge on my guys there. They are just completely slaughtered. So this is such a close battle. I finally defeated the conquistadors over here, and now I will be free to focus my infantry on the other flank. Finally, I decided to retreat my general out of that cav engagement, but I did destroy most of the conquistadors. So I'm getting them the hell out of there, so I can try to take care of the other general, the enemy general. Oh, and more brutal charges into my crossbows. My poor crossbows. And now I'm going to try to engage him now that he's pinned fighting my Papal Guard. There we go. Come on, kill that general. Don't let him escape. I knew if I could kill his general, I would probably win the battle. The balance of power is not in my favor. But did you see the balance of power throughout this battle? It was pretty much at this point, at the very beginning, it was not in my favor. But throughout the battle, I got it about halfway. It was pretty even. But now it seems like it's not in my favor once again. So the edge is definitely in Portugal. Now I'm sending in my Papal Guard into the mix. And I was going to run after his general, but I decided to go for the enemy infantry. And there we go. Come on, good charge. It was a pretty solid charge, but I need to get my general out of there because he's going to try to pin my general down, which he does a pretty good job. And I lose a lot of general's bodyguard there. But my general is still alive in a unit about 4. Oh, make that 3. Losing him to a Pavi's volley there. So look at this brutal infantry fight, guys. It's down to the wire. Here we go. I try to go for another desperate charge, trying to break them. But this is a really bad move on my part because now my general is pinned and he's going to flank around and kill him with that charge. And that is going to be the nail in the coffin for me, guys. My conventional build, I'm sorry, my unconventional build did not work for this battle. Very good play by Matt Phil, who is leading the Portuguese. Very, very exciting stuff, guys. So even the Great Cross isn't good enough inspiration for my troops to keep fighting. And they're all going to break from the battlefield. Now, I do make him work for his victory. And I keep these Pavis guys over here firing at his men. I was just really trying to kill his general. I was like, damn it, I might have lost this battle, but I need to kill his damn freaking general. But unfortunately, that just doesn't happen. So we're just going to fast forward, guys. Because I make him come kill my Pavis. Usually you just want to admit defeat, but I guess I was making him work for it. But I hope you enjoyed the first battle of unconventional builds. It definitely brings a whole lot of different kind of strategy and play style. I was trying to work with my strengths. It just wasn't enough. I think I did a very good job at the beginning of the battle, killing some of his cav and killing a lot of his infantry as they charged forward. But it just wasn't enough, and he did a great job with his general. I could not contain his general, and I really think that was the deciding factor there. And also, by the way, I'm not playing as Pixelated Apollo because I don't want people to think that I might be building an unconventional army. I want to keep it a surprise, so I'm changing my usernames, so you never know, you might be playing against me, you never know. But obviously I had a much larger, cheaper army than Matt Phil, and he got a lot more kills there than I did. But it was so close. It was a close defeat. If we look at who did the best, General's Bodyguard, no surprise there. Very tough unit. And then how did my Pavi's Crossbow Militia do? 72, 50, 30. Not amazing, but pretty solid. And then Knights Hospitaller doing kind of poor there. And Pike Militia doing really bad. I guess it's not too bad. And then my Feudal Knights did average, not very good. Papal Guard did okay, 46, 37. Who got 0 kills? Oh, Peasant Archers. Yeah, I feel like Peasant Archers aren't even worth it. Yeah, that maybe I was better off getting more infantry or a cheaper cav or something like that. 1 kill. 1 kill. And then 10 kills from my Great Cross. But the Great Cross inspired my men, so that could have helped. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Feel free to give any more advice or ideas for this series, and be sure to give me some battle replays. That's going to be really fun to watch. If you enjoyed it, also be sure to give it a like, show my support, or show your support for the brand new series. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you guys do enjoy it, hopefully I can make more videos for it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.